Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to start a new series about Flutter use case, and I will try to show solution to business life problems in this series. And the topic for today is how to make custom text field component without any text controller. Today we will see how do you do and how to implement our business logic. Let's see what to do. First, we need to describe use case, and for use case, we need to text fields, okay, for the home screen, okay, like this screen, and we want it to be cleared when user press the home button or this button. Okay, this is so simple. I think many Flutter devs can do that. This logic, like this, like this, going to create like this. For example, simple widget XS, doesn't matter. It's going to create controller firstly. Controller, and everyone maybe do that. Create this text editing controller, and some button, create the same button like elevate, doesn't matter. And if user press this button, it's cleared. It's okay. But this time this idea actually true, and maybe your task is done, but not is completely true, because everyone can definitely clear your text field with this widget, okay, with this XS, but everyone can do other but they can also do many other things. For example, any teammate coming this place and can be change your text this layer, and can be changed, can be disposed, and etc. But your business, your request is only clear. This time, is so important point for us, because maybe you have junior developer, or you have any developer, and etc., or any teammate can't understand your features, and anytime can coming this code and can do everything. And my main idea is how to limit, how to access the only related method for any structure. I will show about this layer in this solution, in this use case. Let's see about if when I do that my things, your teammate or anyone is unable to other things, can't enable to other things, because only clear method, or only what I'm give to him. It's a core component design. And back to my feature, back to my list coding site. I'm going to first top of the view. Before the coding starting, we need to. I want to at this point. Actually, my talks are always the same before the coding. There is never a single solution for any request. Okay, but you have to, you have to an idea for the request. Our customer, want to clear. You did it on with test control, but you're missing some points. You're missing some perspective in this code, and your code has some accessible problem, and you should be maybe your customer doesn't, your manager or your teammate don't understand your problems, your missing part, and you can pass it, but you missing point if you do that, if you want to make a complete solution, you think about your request. You always think about your feature detail, how to make better. It's a so important point. Yeah, and let's look our code. Especially my view code is this. Maybe yeah, only these lines. Especially this lines is enough. As you can see, I have custom TextField component and I have two buttons. If I write something as it does, and if I press this button, as you can see, it's removed. And if I write something, or I want to update any value like home, like babies, if I press the button, you can see my text controller is updated for these values. Yeah, we look at the how. As you can see, I have some properties, some variables about controller cleaner, about manager, like a manager, and I have only two methods: controller nokta clear or controller clear nokta. If I press this method, as you can see, I have only two methods: update and clear. I don't have dispose, I don't have text property, and etc. This is a so clearly solution, so complete solution for us, because anyone can do that. These components, anyone or any new person use this component, but I'm okay because I just limited. I just give it only related or required functions for this controller, for this manager, and I don't want to back again, or I don't want to think about maybe dispose it, or maybe remove updated my text everywhere. But after this structure, you can't use, so believe yourself, because your controller only give a two property, and your teammate or anyone just only use these methods. Yeah, this is our main idea. Yeah, and to look at for detail how do you do that, I want to close my class. Yeah, everyone, actually, when you starting or when you reading code, before the reading code, you should be collapse your unused code layer. If so, increase your code reading, because other time sometimes your files has many lines code, and you can't see or you can't find your solution. You should be close all methods before the reading code. Yeah, and back to our custom TextField component. As you can see, custom TextField component has controller. Maybe I can private for anyone can't access, only this class can access this controller, and this controller can give two parameters. First parameter is on change. It's normally actually just notify to text field changes. This is not important, does not important, but action is important. It is this solution coming from this action class. How is the work this action class in this point? TextField in working normally, and as you can see, give it controller and on change is not different for normal usage, but action is your so important usage point. You can use every for a solution, every problems for the action listener perspective, or action listener talks. Yeah, as you can see, is give us some parameter as an action, and your listener trigger it whenever change the or whenever send the new data, and you can decide what I'm do when coming new action. Yeah, our first and our clearly basic solution is yeah, we just follow up to this action. If action coming to like clear text action, and if text action is action, I will show this detail coming soon. Action.text is empty. I will call clear method. If action has a property, action has a value, I'm give update my controller value. Yeah, this is my main idea. As you can see, I follow up or I manage this layer, and my customer or my root component can't access controller, can't see and other things. It's now just on the action, and I send the action my root component, and my action give it to what, and I added my business logic for this action layer, and I did it. Making for what I'm do for this layer. As you can see, I just added some coding part, clear and update. Yeah, and let's look. It's okay for this time. Actually, it's so simple again. And other point is controller.clear is a controller manager. Actually, maybe you don't want this. You can call directly, but I always say abstraction is simple abstraction, and I added the two methods for clear and update. My user is remember just only see clear and update this point, clear and update, and I manage this method this point. If user call the clear, I send the clear intent with this with for using clear action component action class, and I send the invoke. As you can see, an invoke method, and invoke method call it the not action like a work notify listener, and notify to all action whole listeners like observer pattern, and your listener, your widget, if listen this action or if listen this intent, and trigger it and do that some logic. As you can see, clear, maybe call clear and update. And this is a basically our solution. And let's look. Last point is where is I'm checking my note. Let's explore custom text this action, clear text action side. As you can see, we have two class. if you want to use this action and intent action listener structure, you have to do that. Clear any action class extends to action and with your intent. This is basically usage. And yeah, I'm looking at my code. Yeah, what is the important point? This important point is text and invoke method. As you can see, if anyone can a new request, I read it this data and I send it this data with after this implementation. As you can see, I check the not null and is not empty. I return to value. If I want, I can return any text, and I can add many scenarios, many business scenarios in this logic, but just this time only want to return if value empty, if value null, I return to empty, if value okay, I return to value only directly. This is a simple logic, but maybe for example, I use the deep link solution in my business project, and I use this point for so advanced. You can add many custom scenarios in this layer, and if other imported point is intent structure, this time only we have text because we follow up. We using only text value controller only working with text, but you can add some more parameters, and you can add maybe give a boolean parameter, maybe give a I don't know. You can do that everything for this intent, because intent means you can send the what do you do, what you send with this intent, and your action will decide with intent property, maybe boolean, or maybe is clause. Maybe if coming is clause, return to null. I don't know. You can write everything your every business logic requirements in this point, and invoke check your business logic and return to your logic layer. Yeah. And I think I clear field it okay, and when you update it, yeah, I say about, I think that's it. What we learned after this implementation, we learned about how do you why need to action listener component, and how to implement, or how logic needs the requirements, and you have to some perspective after the implementation, because as I said, you can use deep link, you can use everywhere. If you want to notify, if you want to limited your controller or limited your some logic, and you want to you want to change your widget, you want to many things for this for this layer, you just add the where is the point, you just add the action listener, and you do that your some logical operation for this point, and you have some better component and some more useful component for this after this implementation. Yeah, that's it, I think. Thank you for reading. Here is only sample what we are able to do. Yeah, okay, I said this, and if I shared my Medium article about this. If you want to learn more detail, if you want to read, I left the description for this link. Thank you for watching again. See you for next videos. Have a good work and enjoy for coding. See you. Bye bye.